Chloe Johnson's respite is the basketball gym attached to her house, just a short walk down the hall. But getting there isn't easy. It's the secret storm inside Chloe's mind, meticulously planning each step, intentional about waking up, getting dressed, eating breakfast, brushing her teeth, putting on her shoes. But on the court, all of those life-controlling obsessions melt away. She's free to play.
Practice that habit, okay? Habits save you. Habits save you.
I think on the outside it probably looks like Chloe's got everything and like it's just, oh, she's so good at basketball and she's beautiful and she has great hair. And I just said to Greg, like if everyone could just walk one day in her shoes.
Chloe has been diagnosed with OCD, a generalized anxiety disorder, and selective mutism, a rare condition leaving people unable to speak in certain situations.
So it wasn't that she was like completely mute. She just picked and chose who she spoke to and what she said. So it was really easy to think she's just really shy and introverted.
But eventually they learned she wasn't just shy growing up.
We started to notice like a lot of obsessions and compulsions and a lot of questions. She would ask us things like, I don't know if today in school I hurt somebody with my pencil. And we're like, well, Chloe, you would know if you did. You know, like, was there an incident? We don't think you did. If the teacher would have probably told us, well, if I did, Mom, if I did, Dad, would it be okay if I stabbed someone with my pencil? So we brought her to the doctor, and the doctor up here just looked at us and she's like, she has obsessive compulsive disorder. And I said, okay, well, what can we do? Like, how can we help her? What can we do for her? And she's like, this is just how it's gonna be.
But for the Johnsons, that wasn't how it was gonna be. Chloe's parents, Heather and Greg Johnson, found a path forward from an unlikely source. A Star Tribune article profiling Jake Sullivan, a basketball prodigy with an obsessive-compulsive disorder. As Heather read the article, she said it was like she was reading about Chloe.
So I remember it like it was yesterday. We're sitting in our kitchen. He spends like an hour talking to me, like literally walking us through everything. And he gave us some behavioral things we could do with her. And he said, it's gonna be the darkest period of your life. You are gonna feel like you are so mean, but you are going to have to be mean to Chloe to help her through this. She used to be writing with a pencil, and if she made a mistake with that pencil, the minute the mistake happened, a undiagnosed child or a child without OCD would just erase the mistake and move on. She would have to throw that pencil away. So then what we would do is she'd run out of pencils at school, and we would just keep buying her new pencils, because that's what you do when you love your kid, right? Like, oh, you're out of pencils. Jake said to us, you gotta stop buying her pencils. When she runs out of pencils, she needs to do her homework in color crayon, and she needs to feel how that feels to be doing math in a red color crayon. We stopped providing new pencils, getting new color crayons, and then we would just sit there and we would cry and like, oh, we're so mean. But slowly but surely, some of the obsessions and the compulsions, thanks to Jake, thanks to the Lord actually, started to minimize and started to be manageable. They are not gone, but she certainly doesn't throw her pencils away anymore when she makes a mistake.
To save Chloe's life, her parents believe God first sent them Jake, then Coach Diami Starks.
You're here the whole time. So if you're wrestling, like keep it here and keep your dribble. You're here. We'll practice that habit.
She makes me a better coach because you can't come in this gym and not be prepared. With a kid like that, we have a little secret code thing where she knows, like if we have a practice, she knows the teams I'm gonna make, she knows the drill I'm gonna say, she knows that, because we both have been just plotting and planning and working and been together so long, like she knows how I think, I know how she thinks. Finding a balance in practice of, like in our workouts, like finding a balance of having patience and pushing is difficult, not getting tied up in results. So having like anchoring everything in a growth mindset, I'd say is something I credit her for.
Diami has helped Chloe grow into one of the best basketball players her age in the country. Her first recruitment call rang when she was in 6th grade. It lasted 6 minutes, and she was so nervous, she gave only one-word answers.
Now she's probably talked to, oh my goodness, I don't know, 20 different coaches minimum. So now she's grown from one-word answer girl, like a 5-minute conversation, to I think one of her longest conversations she had with a head coach recently, it was like 45 minutes. Think about this, so like selective mutism, you know, now she's like speaking with the Vision 1 coaches 6 years later or whatever, however many years later, for 45 minutes.
Even though Chloe doesn't always feel comfortable sharing her story, she wants it told.
I think that the message I would give is, instead of keeping it in your own little home and hiding it and trying to tackle all of this alone, be open about it. Obviously, we want to protect Chloe. We obviously don't want to put her in a spot where we're embarrassing her. So this is all done with her permission, and this is all done with her saying to us, I just want to help other people. Like, I don't want anyone to go through this because it's really, really hard. I want to help them. So if the person who's going through it as a parent, if your child is willing to be out there and open about it, I would say run with that. Because if Chloe helps one person the way that Jake helped Chloe, this is all worth it.